Right, welcome guys. So you joined me in my office. This is my sort of home office space. You would have seen it a little bit before here and there and everywhere. Terrible lighting at the moment, but we're not going to stay here for very long. Obviously you were treated to a pretty long video. Kudos to you if you made it all the way through, but if you made it all the way through you would have seen that we had some severe brake issues. Now, just as a quick update, braking has been fixed, it's all been sorted. I spoke with Techno-Toy Tuning, and as much as I was really annoyed, and I wasn't necessarily annoyed with them, but obviously maybe, you know, some of my anger was directed at them in the video. I don't know if it was or not, I can't really remember. It's all a bit of a blur. We figured it out, we got to the bottom of it. It's actually a mistake from Willwood's side. So the part numbers were all the same, everything was the same, but essentially what happened was the Willwood made a dodgy batch of brake calipers. The shims between, you know, the sort of caliper sides, they're spaced out in the middle for various rotor sizing and stuff like that, was wrong. It was a single size spacing rather than a double size spacing, so that's why it would never fit over. That's why the part numbers were the same. Techno-Toy Tuning were absolutely amazing, spot on. They shipped me new ones. They've just arrived. That's why we're doing another video, because we're hopefully, fingers crossed, maybe I'm going to jinx it, we're going to get the car driving today, actually on all fours, and I'm going to take it out, but maybe I've jinxed it. They sent me new calipers. They covered tax and import fees, which are really expensive in the UK. Anywhere, shipping anything from anywhere else in the world, it's so expensive getting stuff to the UK and paying for it, but they covered all of that, and it arrived. So I called them on Thursday, and they shipped it out that day, and it arrived today, which is Monday. It did actually, in fact, arrive on Saturday in the UK, but obviously Saturday FedEx doesn't work, so they weren't able to deliver it across the weekend, although I'm probably sure that they would have done if they were working. So it arrived this morning, I've got it all. And we're going to hopefully get the car on all fours. Got to do a few more bits and pieces. Got to extend a fuel line. I've got to extend a fuel line. I've got to make some brake lines, some mild little bits of brake lines. We've got to do the diff oil. Hopefully relocate the radiator. Just move it down a little bit if we can. Bleed the radiator. Add new coolant. Bleed the radiator. And bleed the brakes. And then that's it, hopefully. It's a lot of stuff to do. It is a lot of stuff to do. I am aware of that. But let's get the brakes on first, because then once I've done all the brakes, I can put all the wheels on for the last time. And then we can do the diff oil, fuel lines, stuff like that. And then hopefully, yeah, we're good to go. So let's get downstairs. Just thought I would intro this video up here and explain to you guys basically what was what. But let's go. Do some brakes. Right guys, so I've caught you up basically to where we were last time. These are on, a little greased, got the caps in. Couldn't use the aluminium ones because they didn't account thread spacing for the sort of internal diameter of everything else that goes on, so a bit annoying, but never mind. What we're going to do now, because again this spins quite nicely, it's okay, it's a little bit stiff, but there's no sort of outer play, and with that I wish that would go on a bit more. Never mind, the other side's great, so I don't really know what's going on with this side. Anyway, I can't unscrew this anymore, so it is a bit stiff, but I can't unscrew it because then it is in or out of play. So what we're going to do, we've got the I've done one of these because I just didn't want to bore you with anything too much. So we've done one of these. This is all good to go basically. So this is kind of mock-up time. Yeah, it's mock-up time. Yeah, all right, cool. Yeah, let's do let's do mock-up time, shall we? What ones do we have here? Just trying to find my bags. Caliper to bracket. I'm guessing I've spilled one of these already. It might be. Oh, we'll find the right hardware, and then we shall return. So this is a big old mess here. I don't like working in a mess, but up to rotor. I think that's that one actually. Anyway, we will find the correct hardware and then be right with you. Right, we got there in the end. They were actually quite literally just below me. So what we're going to do, again, this is just for mock-up purposes. So we're going to take fresh pads out, pop them there. Got the Willwood here. Take out the cotter pin. It's a guide pin basically. We're going to put these in as if we're going to use it, but we're not going to just yet. This is again just mock-up purposes, just to make sure it fits, because there's been enough problems with this car. And that's why I didn't want to bore you with the other stuff, because knowing my luck, this is not going to be right, and this is going to end up being a really long bloody video again. So just trying to basically you put them in there, and then you put the guide pin through, and we'll just do that for now. So we've got bolts here. Oh, let's hope this centers up, shall we? Oh god, there's bloody spiders' webs in here. I've not driven it for so long, ladies and gents. There are spiders living in my car. Okay. Okay, it doesn't work already. I can see that. Why? Why doesn't it work already? So it's not centering. Why is it not centering? This is really odd. It's almost off. That's so bizarre. Oh, for fuck's sake. Always something with this goddamn car. There really is always something. So, okay, let me show you what I can see. It's almost like the flange to here isn't right. Fuck's sake. It's almost like it needs to go in further, but it can't really. Oh dear. Yeah, it's almost like the hub needs to go further on, but it can't, because, and this is close, it is literally just, I mean, it is kind of just off, really. Well, I mean, it's not just off, it's quite off, as you can see there. That is, well, yeah, you can see there. I mean, it's touching. Fuck's sake. Let's, I don't really know what to do now, actually. This is kind of annoying me. It's almost like the bracket's not far enough. Oh, custom cars, eh? Let's get in here. Let's take these out, right? Let's take these out for now, and let's see how this goes on here. So we put this then on here, and then it's over, and then it looks good. That looks good. Let's do that, right? And then we'll try and put them in again. So maybe it's off, I don't know, like a millimetre or something like that. Who the fuck knows? Honestly, this car pisses me off no end. I tell you what, let's even see whether this is gonna fit in there. I bet you it won't. Will this hardware fit in there? Yes, it will. Okay, cool, fine. I was about to throw a hissy fit then as well. Fucking hell, man. Right, come on then. Because is that centered? No. So it does, basically, looking at it. Oh, okay, right. Let's pause you. All right, so it's looking like we're gonna have to shim this, essentially, to make it work. So if you look at it, here, yeah, I mean, yeah, okay, well, here then, it's touching, right? Space at the rear. We can shim this, distance this a little bit more. That could do it, I think, because we can't move this in any further. This will not go in any further. So hardware does work, by the way. It's a spacing issue. It just will not fit on with that space. So we can shim it so it centers. I'm trying to see how far we can shim it, because problem is the distance. This can't touch, the head of this Allen bolt can't touch this, but it needs to be enough that this centers, which I actually don't think it will, because I think the difference will be the equivalent of that Allen head. Or about half of that. I mean, if it's half of that, that kind of works. I'm going to get some washers. I've got some washers actually, so we're going to try doing that now. I reckon we can make this work today. I'm not going to give up, so let's take this apart and try again. All right, you join me in my messy workspace, which I don't like to be in, but never mind, such is life. Got some washers. Let's take this apart and start trying to. Oh God, have I done this up too tight for me? Yep, fun times. Yeah, we're gonna shim this out basically. Well, let's get a socket. God's sake. I don't know if this is the right end. It's not. I don't think I've got the end to that anymore. It broke. When in doubt, crescent wrench. Oh no. That's the limit. Okay, that kind of works. Oh, I'm tightening it, that's why. Idiot. Idiot. Right. Okay, so now it may not even be the same each side either, so that's going to be an issue because it's probably going to be different spacing each side. So fun times, as in different sides of the car is what I mean. I'm going to go on a limb and say it's probably going to be different. So we have some spaces here. Could shim it in between, but then you're losing thread. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. Try and turn you on as well. So I'm trying to think of the best way to do this, because there's two different ways we can shim it. This side, caliper side, or we can shim it bracket side to space it out that way. Now if we shim it, I mean either way we're losing thread, aren't we? Quite a bit of thread actually. I think what we might do is shim bracket side. I think we'll shim bracket side. What I can do is I can then get these made up from my engineering place. Again, I can get these made up but with a bigger spacing between them. So whatever spacing I need on shims to get it centered, I can get that made up from the engineering place I use. Probably use 3. That'll be equivalent to half of that, so that's fine. Oh God, this is not good. Don't recommend this, guys. I'm just doing this so I can drive it a little bit. So we'll do that. I've now lost the other one. No, it's here. Dunce. So yeah, I don't recommend this by any stretch at all, in fact. But I can get these made up again. So not that I want to, but this is obviously turning into a highly custom car. as annoying as that is. So that's quite a lot of difference there. It's just so it doesn't eat into the rotor, basically. That's the reason why I'm doing it bracket side, not caliper side. Let's tighten this down. Okay, yep, that's fine. Because I've got like 2 mil difference. I mean, we've lost like a whole bunch of thread. That's why I don't recommend this. This is not going to be as solid as it should be. Obviously. God damn this car, honestly. Right, now let's go over and see if this centers a little bit more. Let's get this over. Oh, you know what? That actually might be perfect. That actually might be perfect. So that distance, it needs to be that much bigger. And we can use, you know, we can use Loctite on it as well. Again, not that I'd recommend it. Well, I would actually on this, to be fair. Blue Loctite and stuff. Ah, you know, it still doesn't look... What the actual piss? That still doesn't look right. That is crooked. It's wonky. What is that hitting on? How bizarre. Guys. Oh my god, this fucking car. Let's put this one in as well. What it might be is it might be just ever so slightly off. Right, we're back. Remove one of the shims and now it spaces up as good as it will. There is a slight buckle on it, not understanding that. Never mind. I think we can deal with this. It's pretty good. It's good enough. You can see it, it spins. It works, it's bolted on. What we're going to do, put the other bolt in and then start trying to build a brake line, I guess. Well, no. Don't get ahead of myself. We need to do the other side. I'm getting excited, but we need to do the other side, and that still might be a complete shit show. So nothing is easy with this. The caliper is hitting on this part of the strut, so we're going to have to grind it down. Not what I wanted to do, but hey ho, let's get the angle grinder out. Don't have to take much, it's really not much. It's just so the bolt holes will line up, but it's annoying nonetheless. So I'm not going to show you that, I'm just going to get on with it and then show you it all sort of bolted up basically in all of its glory. I bloody smashed my hand, but we did it. It's on, it's all bolted up. Took quite a bit of material away, but it's not bad. Pretty decent, to be honest. And then we put this through, guide pins, and then we just need to build a brake line from here to there, which shouldn't be too difficult to do. So we're getting somewhere now. So let's do the other side. Let's just see. We'll just mock it up basically, see if it needs to be shimmed, just like this side. It's only 2 shims now, so it's not that terrible. You can kind of see them in there. Yeah, not great, but it's not terrible either. You know, I don't hate that. That's doable, I think, as far as it goes. And that'll sort of grind itself down a little bit wherever there's any sort of imbalance. But yeah, let's go do the other side then, shall we? So I thought I would just show you the difference in shims. So old, not good shim spacing, and then new, good shim spacing. It's literally just double the space. So pretty big issue from Willwood to do that. That's not cool on Willwood's part, but it wasn't Technotoy Tuning's fault. And they did correct it all. So good on them for fixing that up. I've got to send these back, but you know, that's all by the by. So let's put this bracket on. I might just space it out and just hope that it's the same each side. I will probably just do that and then we can remove one and go from there. So let's fix this up. Right, well, I'm an idiot and I just wasted 40 minutes driving to try to find these. They're actually in my car. Cool, great, absolutely fantastic. So now we will bolt this up like an absolute dunce. So you can see just how much I've ground down. It's not loads, it's not an absolute ton. We've spaced this out exactly the same, pre-installed the line, got bracket to flange. So let's try and do this then, shall we? And the reason why it took so bloody long, because basically what happened was I couldn't find these bolts, so I was like, oh, you know, well, whatever, I'll just run to the hardware store. Forgetting that apparently total idiots drive during the daytime. And what I mean by total idiots, I mean, yeah, like absolute total idiots. Crap. I need to put the locking washer on, forgot that. I was like, what's this? Anyway, let's chuck that on and then come back up here. Oh, right, well, we're back. So, let's see what the spacing's like. Ah, you know what? It seems to be identical both sides. I mean, that's really good. Kind of bad, but kind of good. A bit annoying that the spacing is the same both sides, but never mind. Get this one started. Yeah, you know what? Pretty close, actually, I think. Pretty close, both sides needed the shims by the looks of it. Let's go get that wrench. This side's easier because I've not got any steering parts in the way. I'm not going backwards on myself. Much easier. Let's hope this pulls in tightly. Spacing looks okay. That's kind of pulled it in a bit now, so the bottom one should pull it in a bit more. Ow. Got this. I need to. Jesus, I need to bolt that down. That's not good. That needs a. Oh my god. What is this thing? Anyway, we'll get to that in a minute, because that's not good. That's probably why the steering's not so great on this car. That's a sway bar, I think, but that will definitely help, so we will fix that in a minute. Well, try, anyway. That, speaking of washers, it looks like that needs a washer. Yes! Right, cool. As you can see, pretty centered. So we'll chuck the brake pads in now. All right, so result finally. We've got front brakes. They're not on, obviously, they're disconnected. Need to connect them up. Need to build the lines for them. So I'm just gonna cut that one quite short there, or try and flare that. One of the two, but we're gonna try and build some lines, so yeah, and then gonna bleed it. Yes, we're getting close. We're getting close. Right, so I've bodged brake lines together. As you can see, fixed. Doesn't go through there, it doesn't fit. Because mainly, I've never done them before. This one's actually pretty good. I'm happy with that one. That's actually like professional. But I've never done them before, so I don't know if anything's gonna leak. So what I'm gonna do now, because I need to go out, I've got an appointment. I'm going to fill it with brake fluid and just see if anything leaks by the time I come home, which is about 2 hours. Then if it doesn't, we're going to bleed the brakes. So I will catch you on the flip side. I didn't show you any of that because I didn't really know what I was doing and I had to watch a bunch of videos. Not fun. Not fun. But let's fill it up with what we've got here. .4 racing brake fluid. So let's just fill it up basically. So the moment of truth, or will be eventually anyway when I get home. So this is Motul stuff. .4 racing brake fluid. Don't know how much needs to go in these lines actually. A hefty amount, I'm sure. So but we will hopefully come back to no leaks. Loads of spillage, good times. Fuck's sake. Hopefully come back to no leaks. And then we can bleed the brakes straight away, is the aim. I'll fill it a little bit more. I poured so much over there just then. I'm going to fill it all the way up because to account for it to get into all of the lines. And then all the air in the system for when I start to bleed them. And I also kind of want it really full. So when I come back, I will know absolutely if it has had any issues. God, so much bubbles coming up. Anyway, I will catch you on the flip side with hopefully no leaks. And then we'll bleed the brakes, change over this fuel line to a longer one. That might be okay for now. I just want to get it driving basically. Won't be able to move this yet, I can't be bothered, but we'll do the rest of it and hopefully take it out finally. Welcome guys, we're back. We've got no leaks thus far. So what we're going to do, took all the wheels off and we're going to begin the brake bleeding procedure. Now when you're by yourself, you can actually bleed brakes really easily by yourself by just getting a bucket and some wire. This is part of a brake bleeding kit that I've just, well, vandalized basically. And what you want to do is submerge the end of it in brake fluid so it's never drawing air in. And that's literally how you bleed it by yourself. You can just leave it open and go through it that way. It's really, really easy bleeding brakes by yourself actually. Not as difficult as people make it out to be. And there's lots of cobwebs around here, and this is not oh, it's over it now. Anyway, so that's over it. So all I'm going to do is pop the bleeder nipple and then just begin bleeding the brakes basically. So it's not not that exciting, but it needs to be done. So don't know whether it's a 9 or an 8. The ones at the front are a 9. Weird size. It's an 8. So, and then you just constantly fill it up basically. So open it, that should be good. And then I'm just going to go, I'm going to leave you here so you can watch it. I can see an air bubble already. And so this is how you bleed brakes by yourself. And now I'm going to look at the reservoir. Yeah, we're good. Don't need to do anything with that. And it's just backwards and forwards, basically. Now I'm going to fill it up again. Okay, we're starting to get some better streams now. You can see it in the tube. There's less air coming through, just more solid. Yeah, we're almost there. You've got to fill it up again. To do this method, you do need a lot of brake fluid, obviously, but it's pretty easy. I think we're good there now.
Oh no, there's some more coming through. And we'll probably stop it there, I reckon. I reckon that's good. So we're going to repeat this to the other side, and then I will catch up with you when we do the fronts to see whether they're leaking. But there's no leaks here at the back of this disc, or drum, sorry. So I think we're good here, but I'm going to do the other side and come back. So both rears have bled up nicely. The fronts are like a weird half size, so I've got to use the crescent wrench, the adjustable, annoyingly. They're not quite an 8, not quite a 7. They're kind of all over the place, really. So, a bit confusing. And we've got no leaks either. Oh, no, we do. Yeah, we do, actually. We do have a leak. Around this fit in here. Oh, of all the ones, I thought it'd be this one. That's well annoying. Oh, no. Let me check the other side. There. This fit in here. I thought this one would leak. It's just not. I do have some tape. I'm going to tape it up. I haven't checked the other side actually. I should probably check this one as well, shouldn't I? My flare in action. Let's see. Oh, this one's actually dry. Oh, so I got one right. Okay, well that's good. One's dry, that's good. That's because they've activated now. That'll be a bit shit for a little while, I reckon, until it wears into it a bit. Never mind. Do we try and tape it up? Let's try it again. Let's see how bad it is. Let's see how bad it is. Oh, there is more air anywhere. That's probably from there. You can see the air. I bet you that's from there. Let's have a feel. Oh, it feels okay now. What? Unless it's a very, very slow leak. Is it just from the top? How weird. God damn it. Not coming from there, is it? Nothing from up here? No. I've got dry hands here, so let's... Yeah, I think it's coming from the top. Unless it is from there, who knows. Oh, that's annoying. I don't think I've got enough brake fluid to do all of this now. Not to do it again anyway. Is it that bad? I'm trying to make out whether it's that bad. I don't think it's bad. I think what we can do is... I think we could probably get away with it. Let's give it some more pumps. Let's see just how bad this is. Oh, there's lots of air. That's the issue, is the air. Okay, that's solid. dry hands, let's touch the fitting. I bet it's, yeah, so it is that, that's what's letting in the air, right, okay. Fuck. Okay, this is annoying. We're gonna have to fix this. I'm gonna come back in a minute, having done this. I'm gonna do that again. This is not what I wanted to do, but I'm gonna have to. There's gonna be brake fluid everywhere, and I'm gonna have to bleed all the brakes again. Fun times. Anyway, we shall return. Right, so they're on. As you can see, I had to remake this line, annoyingly. Yeah, there's like loads of shit everywhere. I think I've done it. I'm pretty certain I have. There's no leaks here anyway. It feels a bit spongy, but they never felt great anyway, and it may need a new brake booster because they're bigger brakes. It stops the rears because the gearbox is so tight it spins a little bit when you just start it up. But I have now, unfortunately, lost my socket to do up the wheels. So I'm trying to find that now so I can spin one of the fronts and then press the brake and see if it spins. It stops spinning. So I need to tidy this place up, don't I, really? That's why. It's just crap everywhere. It's my fault. I just leave junk everywhere. But I don't know where it is, because it should have just been down here. Unless it's like randomly under there. Is it randomly in here? I have some stuff randomly in here. No. Ah, confused. I'll pick back up when I found it. So, what you want to do is actually open the fill plug first, because if you open the drain plug and you can't open the fill plug, you're fucked. So you're going to open the fill plug first and then do the drain plug. That is a big mofo as well. Now, I've sprayed it with penetrating fluid. Is it a 27? It is a 27. Wow. Is it? I think it's a 27, guys, which is interesting. So I've sprayed it with penetrating fluid. Yeah, I didn't think it'd be that easy. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Might be empty. That is not great. Is it the same size? I think it's the same size. Oh God. We might get messy with this one. Okay, right. Oh, yeah, okay, and that has never been done. Oh, it stinks as well. That's probably never been done ever. Not much, but we will fill it with some really nice stuff. I've got Titan Fuchs race gear oil basically for this. We are almost ready actually to well, not to jinx it, but to maybe go for a drive. So we just got to put all this back together and then fill it back up, and then I'm gonna lower it onto the ground for the first time in God knows how long, with all 4 new wheels ready to go. New wheels, new headlights, end of summer, so that's shit, but never mind. Anyway, I will do this all off camera. Nah, maybe, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to sort of like angular Actually, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Let's do this on camera, because I don't know how I'm going to do this. That is some nasty shit. There's no bits in it though, but it's probably never been changed. Have to do the transmission eventually as well, actually. That'll be fun, guys. You'll love that. Not, I won't. Yay. Getting somewhere with this. Finally. You don't feel that much of it, really, if you think about it. It's only sort of like half filled. Weird. Yeah, that's weird. I think that's weird. Also, well spotted YouTube commentator, so thank you so much. Told me to use a high zinc oil in the engine, so I am going to. I'm going to use the oil that I've put in it for a little bit of a run around. Nothing, you're not going to hurt the engine in like a month of pooling around. And then before it goes away for winter, I will redo the oil with some high zinc stuff, give it a pretty long drive so it circulates nicely, and then it will go under a car cover for winter, basically. So thank you so much, YouTube commentator. I genuinely do appreciate it. Not one of these people that's like, I don't care about what you say. No, like, I don't know it all. I'm really, really glad and thankful for you guys helping me out here and there, so thank you. Let's just give it one dugga. There you go. Right, let's try. We're Titan Fuchs. So this is what we bought anyway, Titan Fuchs race gear oil. But I don't know whether they were smart and did like some funnel. Liquid Moly's really good, and they do like a funnel. No, they didn't. No, they're not smart. Thanks very much, guys. What? How am I fucking supposed to do this? Are you joking me? Oh, good times. Right, let's go get the funnel and try this. I'm gonna have to try and use this, of all fucking things. Thanks, Titan. Liquid Moly's brilliant. Should have bought them. They have this like funnel system thing in it. How the fuck am I supposed to do this now? Not everyone's got one of those. Well, I can't do that, can I? Oh no. How am I supposed to do this? I don't have a syringe. I mean, I do, but it's tiny. Right, I shall be back. All right, we've got to move. There is a lot of smoke coming from the engine bay. Don't those lights look good? These are just the halos as well. You can't even see. They're so bright, you can't even see that they're halos. That's crazy. Anyway, well, there was some smoke coming from the engine bay. It seems, oh no, there you go. You can just sort of see it there. I don't know whether that's the oil and petrol that was coming from the crankcase breather burning off. I think it is. I'm pretty certain it is. Anyway, we'll go over here, talk about it. It's a bit loud there. So obviously the smoke's an issue. That's not cool. The reason why I'm leaving it running is to try and burn some of it off. The brakes are still spongy, they're not great. I need to take another look at them. It might be that the booster's not right, I need another booster. I don't know, honestly, I don't know. I'm gonna contact Technotoy Tuning and see whether they would recommend an upgraded brake booster or not. Because it's very spongy, not cool. But I think we'll probably wrap up the video here because I mean, I've moved it, but I don't want to take it out properly just yet. I'm gonna go and park it back in the, you know, in my driveway basically. It's just that they're too spongy. The ride height still isn't right, so I need to adjust that as well. That's not that difficult to do. So another long one, but we're getting somewhere with this car now, finally. So hopefully you enjoyed it nonetheless.
I've done nothing today but this. I've barely eaten either. So it's been a mammoth one for me as well. And we're still not done, which is annoying. But I'm gonna wrap it up here. We're gonna chuck it back inside. The crankcase breather's not spewing anything out now, so it was literally the diaphragm on the fuel pump that was just wrecked basically. Anyway, we're gonna wrap it up here. Hit subscribe if you're new here. Cheers guys, take care. Bye bye now.